You have to tell them to stop working for you. You're doing a really good job.
I feel like you should have your own, like, you know, all the groups that you encourage me to join. I feel like you should start one of those.
Oh, no.
And, like, call it Take Care of You and just, like, post different little, you know, things.
Listen to Dekerria, Natalie. She knows what she's talking about.
Like, you know, or, yeah, when I was in college and I was, like, getting over a heartbreak or whatever.
Oh, man. That must have been terrible.
If I was, you know, in my feelings or something, or if I, you know, the next day wasn't feeling it, I would put on makeup. I would, you know, do my hair really nice that day. And then it helped the day. It helped me, you know, get through.
Like heal.
And it helped me feel better. And then in return, I probably met somebody else.
Machiavelli.
Oh, Machiavelli.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Tupac Machiavelli.
He's not the original Machiavelli.
I know. That was his album. Wow. I know. That was his album. Stop laughing. It's not that funny.
Ian. I had been just, you know, sitting there by myself.
Dying.
Instead of, like, if I had been up about doing my thing, looking good, it would have said more than him coming there and looking at me like, damn, I'm glad I broke up with her. Yeah. She looking broke down. Like,
what the hell? You're weak as hell. What's wrong with you?
Exactly. So he came, I was like, I wasn't expecting him to show up, and I was just looking straight broke down.
That is it.
Hey guys, if it's crazy,
all right, go now.
Hey guys, welcome to the Family Mess. I'm Noah, and have a nice day. I love the Family Mess. Oh
Welcome to the Family Mess Podcast. I'm your host Ian, and this is my wife and co-host Natalie. The Family Mess, the podcast about life with kids and all things adulting. Let's talk. Here we are again. Let's do this. Let's get this done. I'm not going to say nothing extra tonight.
We are here.
I just want to get this done.
Why you sound so sharp?
And we have a guest in the house as she speaks. Ian and I were getting ready to record tonight, and my niece stopped by, and we're like, and she wanted to be on the show, so she's here with us today because she's, you know, she got things with what we're talking about, so she said she wanted to be included. So we're like, all right, come on in.
I need an applause button. That's what I said the last time too, and I still haven't gotten one.
How do you get it? It's not on this?
No, well, there's a different software you can use and just press the button and the applause will come. But now it doesn't like me using that one because it sounds like I'm a rapper or a DJ.
No, it's because he want to be a rapper or a DJ. He don't sound like nothing. Have you ever heard Ian try to rap? He sound like Barry Manilow.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what they done. You know that song? There's a Biggie song. The more money that we come across, the more money we used to get. He sang it once. He's like, I don't know what they want from me. It would sound like Barry Manilow for real. Like, I was just like, wow.
I don't sound like
I said, don't try to rap. Don't try to sing. It was bad.
At least I know the verses to the songs. So give me a break, man. Give me a break.
Yeah, he's like, BIGPOPPA. Yeah.
I do not sound like...
He know how to
you always make me sound like I'm a caveman. I don't sound like that.
He know how to tear up a Biggie song, that's for sure. Because I was like, what in the world are you rapping? Oh, God, don't sing that. I said, don't sing that. Stop.
Dekerria, don't laugh at her at all.
That man rolling his grave. Hearing the Barry Manilow version of his song.
You're not a damn funny at all. You just leave me alone.
But it's all good. But thank you, Dekerria. We have Dekerria on today.
Yes, we have a third guest. This is our first guest since the pandemic started. Dekerria.
Oh yeah, she's in person. We haven't had a live. Oh yeah, we haven't had a live guest.
You're the first live guest we've had since this whole thing started.
That's been a year. Yeah, almost a year.
It has been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, since you came on the show, it's been almost a full year.
Oh, since the last podcast?
Yeah, since you came on. Since you came on the podcast, it's been over a year.
And then we haven't had anyone here in our house live in about a year.
I think Rita was the last person that we did a podcast with here.
Rita last year.
Yeah, Rita last year.
And she came on the other day, but we did it on the phone.
Yeah, but Rita last year was the in-live person we did.
Time flew by.
Horrible. That's a horrible year.
But since you had a COVID, we're going to let you in the house. You're allowed to come in.
Yeah,
we've been keeping it a babe, but since you already got it, less likely you're going to bring it back.
Lord.
Yeah, she already caught it. So, well, you're here, so you're fine. So go ahead and join us.
Yes. So we're glad that you're here today.
Thank you.
So hey, Dekerria, actually, did you get a stimmy?
Oh, what stimmy? No.
Stimulus?
A stimmy, your stimulus. Everyone's calling it they stimmy.
You didn't get no stimulus?
Mm-mm.
Oh, aren't you under? You're young. You make the under 70,000 or whatever for an adult. You ain't no stimmy.
This is what happened.
Oh,
so
man.
I originally filed my taxes, They denied it. They said that my AGI number was wrong. Something
What's
like that.
What's
your adjusted gross income?
Ah, I knew that. Go ahead.
Oh, so you trying to see if I know?
I'm lying. I didn't know what the hell that was.
So I had to file by mail, and then since I had to file by mail, that takes like 6 weeks. So I don't even know if they got my taxes yet. So it hasn't been processed. So since it wasn't processed before he signed it, I probably won't get it until next year.
You mean before the president signed it, you're saying?
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yep.
That seems kind of weird, but I mean, it wasn't your fault. Doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you sent it out and they're the ones that messed up on the timeline.
You know, her Aggie, so she didn't get no funds, man. You know how the IRS works.
And I had sent it off it had to be February in the week of Valentine's.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, but it's taking them a long time to process. That's why they push back the due date for taxes.
They're processing. They're processing millions and millions of people's checks. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm glad they pushed it out till what do you say, September?
I'm just saying, give me.
No, I think it's May. They gave us extra month.
May 15th.
May 15th.
Okay.
An extra month to get it done.
I think it should be extended further than that because this whole year has been just so chaotic. Taxes, stimulus. They need to push it out.
It's been like 3 different disbursements. Like it was a $600 one, a $1,200 one. There was another $600, and then it's this $1,400. So
I didn't know they had that much money they were giving out. I knew about the $1,200 because we got that one.
No, you got the first 2.
The $600?
You got the whatever 2 of them. There's one I think that might have been with unemployment or something, but you got the. We got the other 2. Yeah,
I know we got one. I remember that one.
No, we got 2.
And then depending on the kids, how many kids, each kid was like...
We didn't get nothing with our kids.
We did. Oh, my God.
We did?
You are so clueless. Oh, Lord. Yes, we got something with...
Do you know what's in your bank account right now?
No,
I do. No, I do.
Oh, my God.
No, you don't.
$420 in my one bank account.
That's his bank account. That's his personal...
Now, our savings... I know how much we have in our savings account and our investments account. Don't start with me, woman.
You don't know our checking account? Our day-to-day? You don't know?
I do. I'm the one who has to check it to make sure there's money in there, fool. Come on. Don't try me. I know what's in our money. Now,
I'm listening to you.
I might not know down to the $20, but...
I don't know what you...
Stop picking on me today, man.
I've been checking, though. I've been checking to see if by any chance they did give me anything or if my refund... Because I'm still waiting on my refund.
Wait a while for that, too. That's what I'm saying. They've been slow with everything. So when you get your money, what's your plans?
So...
Okay. Y'all remember we're talking to a what are you 24 or 23?
24.
Good God. We're talking to a 24-year-old.
I'm still in college at 24.
We're talking to a 24-year-old. What she got plans for her stimulus money?
Yeah. Let's hear this.
Okay, so I do plan on investing some of the money into my wig business and also saving it. I'm gonna save a big old chunk of it and pay some bills. Basically, it
practical.
I like that.
You ain't doing nothing for yourself?
Paying these bills.
That's for yourself?
Yeah. Because I have...
Paying bills
somebody sound real responsible right now. I'm taking my money. I'm going to pay my bills and invest in my business. Yes, I am. That's good, Dekerria. That's good. Lord. Be proud of yourself.
But I'm glad you're doing that wig business. I'm really proud of it. I think that's going to be your way of getting out of this is sticking with that wig business, talking to people who are in it. I think that'll get you where you got to go. I really do. You just got to stick with it. Believe in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you anything.
Make you some good income at some point.
Because people need wigs. A lot of people out there need wigs. Good wigs. Mm-hmm. I know nothing about wigs. I've heard that.
No, but you know what, Ian? You know something because you saw her sister with a wig and you were like, oh wow, your hair looks really good. And she's like, Dekerria made this wig.
Oh,
she goes, this is a wig I got it from Dekerria.
That's right.
Yes, she's got a good
I'm
a good
telling
product.
you, Dekerria, you have a talent here that not many people know how to do, and as long as you do it right, you can make a lot of money and be very successful doing it. I know you can. I can tell because it's something you're naturally talented and very good at. If you get a little bit of training on top of it, man, you'll be...
Just keep investing in yourself. That's the key. Invest in yourself.
Hang around people like us that know how to make money.
How you know we know how to make money?
I don't know. I'm just talking into existence.
True. Yes, I'm on that 10-year millionaire plan.
Man, we got to talk. We're trying... Oh, God, we got to get out of this in 10 years.
10 years. That's my plan. 10 years.
We're trying to be... we're trying to make it to a point in our life where we don't have to work. Not retired, right? Not retired.
But if they lay us off, because you know what, I've seen this happen. People when they hit their 50s, they get laid off all of a sudden because they're making too much money, or for whatever reason that companies, and then nobody wants to hire them.
Yeah, because
so I'm in my 40s now. I got 10 years to get my ish together. So if someone lays me off, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll be good.
Yeah, and then like today's society, it's bad to say, but old people are they're sore. And
what do you mean by they sore?
Wait.
Old people. I'm sorry,
like mad?
Older people are. So
I want to hear this.
Unless it's like the older person is like the CEO of the company, or they're invested in that and they're beneficial to the company. Other than that, older people are not. They're like the weakest link. So yeah, when you hear I'm serious.
But why you say they're the weakest link?
Keep talking.
I want to hear your perspective as a young person.
When you hit 50, listen, I've heard it so many times. Like once you hit 50, like you said, getting another job, it may be hard and all of that. So yeah, when you hit 50, companies are trying to take this 50-year-old and replace it with a 25-year-old, half the age, and have to pay with more energy, more, less responsibilities and stuff like that. Like again, because with there's a company I used to work for. I don't want to mention the name.
Don't say the name.
Yeah, when the pandemic started, all of the older established in the company were getting laid off. Getting the little package, getting sent home, but they were keeping the young ones like me working for less responsibilities, less pay. Yeah, so I'm sorry, but it's a reality. Older people, especially if they get in like a big old chunk.
Right, if you're getting paid, yes, that's what happens.
Well, that's most companies in general. That's what they do. If they're gonna look at the food chain, who's getting paid the most money and what do they do?
Right, they got.
Are they really needed here? If they're not, we're going to take you and fill you with somebody else. That's just a thing they do.
And who is it? Older people.
Yeah. And then it's hard to find another job because they feel like, oh, well, either one, you want too much money.
Correct.
You have too much experience.
Correct.
Or you just old and they don't think you can keep up.
That's correct.
You got diabetes and you got all this other stuff. You got too many health issues.
Yeah.
So I want to, I've decided at this point in my life, I'm like, I'm not going to be dependent on the man or the job.
The man.
I'm going to have my money right. So if I don't plan for it to happen, but if it does, I'm going to be okay, or we're going to be okay. That's my goal. Like that's our 10-year plan.
Yeah.
The guy said we can get there.
I think we can do it.
He said we can get there, but we got to save.
We got to save a certain amount of money every single year for the next 10 years.
So we kind of got to do not the full FIRE, which is what is it? I always forget what the FIRE stands for again. Financial independence, retire early. Financial independence, retire early. But we're not doing the full FIRE thing. But we are definitely moving forward, trying to.
So y'all trying to do FI.
Yes, we FIRE. Yes, we FIRE. So yeah, we're trying to do that to make sure, just to
I don't want to be working listen, 10 years I'll be 55 years old in 10 years.
Yeah.
My God, I can't believe it.
And I want to be doing what I want to do.
Look at my face.
Yeah, it's old. You got gray.
My gosh, man.
So
can't believe it. The kids are going to be grown.
Yes. Lots of life things are going to be happening. But yes, anyway, but moving on. So today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about life and life with this pandemic and how life keeps going, even though there is a pandemic.
How life has been with this pandemic.
And then what happens, it's kind of a personal episode about what I've kind of been going through with working and dealing with life and all the stuff that comes along and how I'm trying to manage it and figure it out. And, because so pretty much since most people, when the pandemic started, they slowed down. Since the pandemic started for me, I've sped up. Like I did not have any breaks when the pandemic started. I didn't have any slowdown in my work. Actually, my company started during the pandemic, in the middle of the pandemic. And of course, you got to do a good job. You got to, put forth your best effort. I had to train people how to do things and all that. So I've pretty much been going this last year nonstop with not really any time off. And it's finally starting to catch up with me. So I've been, I had to finally come a therapist. I had to get a new therapist because I decided to get a new therapist. So I finally found a therapist And I felt like I've been feeling like I wanted to cry. Like right now, I'm feel fine. I think I've gotten past the worst of what I was going through. But for a while, I felt like I was walking around feeling like I just wanted to cry. Like, but nothing would come out. The tears, I'd get one or two, and then with the corner of my eye, but I could not get that full boo-hoo ball cry that just makes you feel better. Like I tried for weeks. She told me to I finally went to see a therapist. She told me I should watch a movie, a sad movie, which I haven't done yet. I'm gonna try that, but I don't think I need to cry anymore. Those feelings are kind of gone. But I was feeling like I wanted to cry. I just couldn't. I was just like, I'm kind of in a daze, like I'm functioning, but I'm not functioning. Like it'd be hard to get out of bed sometimes in the morning.
Yeah, those days were tough.
Yeah, like I wake up and I just wouldn't want to get out of bed, but I had to work. I have employees. I have things I have to do.
You hear that? Employees. Natalie's a business
so
woman.
I do them, but like
boss.
I'm like, people say what are they? I don't know. There's a term for like an active depressed. Like you're down, like you're kind of depressed, but you still keep going. So people never know that you're really depressed, but you're depressed. I was in that state for like a few weeks, not long, but long enough because I recognize it quickly, and I try to do something about it.
So then how did you, so instead of watching the movie, how did it kind of just,
I don't know.
It doesn't go away.
I exercise. Well, no, I started riding my bicycle again and walking. I try to do that. And then, I don't know why it's kind of went away. I've talked to a couple of people, maybe having some conversations.
Exercise.
But I think the exercise probably.
As long as she walks in the morning and and not walk like short, but just walk a long way and walk back, she'll feel good.
So exercise just solves it all.
No, it doesn't solve it all.
Exercise helps a lot.
It doesn't solve it all, but it actually helps you deal with what you're feeling much better. They've proven this. This is not like fake. So I told Natalie, I'm like, just go on your bike or take a walk in the morning, because I started working out recently, and I told her, I was like, it'll make you feel good if you just do it. Once you're doing it and going through the motions and getting through and breathing.
Yes, I'm still not doing it as much as I should be, but I do. But it's just hard. Like that's one of the things I try to, even to people on my team, I'm like, make sure you take time off. Like don't do like I do, because I know what I do and I know why it's not good. But people at my job, I'm like, you need to take time off. Don't keep working because, there's not that many of us, but we can cover for one another. That's why there's more than one person on our team. And we can cover for each other, and you can get a break. Like, don't just keep working, and not take a break. Cause like, so one of the ladies who worked for me, they had a relative who died, right? And they just kept working. They worked even, all the stuff was going on, all the planning.
Oh, yeah.
They just kept working. And I was like, you need to take some time off. Right?
Yeah,
why aren't you taking, oh no, it's okay. Cause we work from home. So she's like, oh, I can just do it in between. I'm like, I really think you need to take some time. And finally they finally did take some time, and they were like, yeah, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
They were feeling like things were starting to come, that feeling you get when you're stressing your body. And you don't realize that you're stressing your body and your mind all the time. But it's like you don't realize it until it hits you hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get the break, you're like, oh my gosh. She's like, yeah, I really needed that break. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you took it, because you worked through all of that stress like it was nothing, which I appreciated her working, but but it was not.
She want a raise.
but it's like, I appreciate it, but you need to take care of you. That's one of my things, like with my company and the people who work for me, take care of yourself. Like I'd rather have you take time off and you be okay than you keep trying to do things that your body and your mind just ain't ready to do, because we're human beings, right? And I just can't see. I don't know. I just look at things like, if it were me, how I would feel about it. I feel
like that's your motto, take care of you.
Yes, it is.
Dekerria, tell Natalie she's going to have a very successful company. Just tell her. Dekerria, tell Natalie that. No, I'm serious, because for some strange reason, the way she cares about people, and I tell her this all the time, like, you're not like most people I've met in the working. You care about your employees, and that's a huge deal, because if your employees know you care about them, they'll work really good. I mean, when I mean work, you have to tell them to stop working for you. You're doing a really good job.
I feel like you should have your own, all the groups that you encourage me to join. I feel like you should start one of those.
Oh no!
And like call it "Take Care of You" and just like post different little,
Listen to Dekerria, Natalie. She knows what she's talking about.
Like like the one group that you recommended me to join. I feel like you should start your own, and then even each day do the same thing, like different little questions that are you taking care of yourself, or what have you done for yourself, and just stuff like that. Nothing much.
Oh, I just go to other people's pages to get.
No,
I feel like you should
Natalie. Natalie, you have a great. Dekerria, tell her.
She talks to people.
Yes, I told you.
I don't talk to nobody.
You do. You have a great personality, and people want to hear what you. Do you know?
They don't even talk to the people.
Listen,
why y'all? This is not about me. We talking about.
No, it is about you though. It is about feelings.
We was on, your little,
Or I guess I'm talking about my little topic, or I'm talking about myself.
Correct.
Right now, yeah.
It is about you.
We'll get to us, but I just came up with that, and you was like, and when you said, "Have you taken care of you?" That came to my mind, so I feel like that should be a,
Well, I appreciate that.
I'll give you a hug later.
You should do it, Natalie. I'm serious.
I don't know. I just believe in the years that I've been working.
Because Natalie's helped me.
Well, I'm glad I've been of help. But I've realized, like in the time I've been working lately, the last few years I've realized it even more is, we're all people, and we all have feelings, and we all have emotions, and we all have all these things, and I just believe in treating people like you want to be treated. Like that's just my motto for life and how I do things nowadays. I try my best to treat people how I would want to be treated, because at the end of the day, we are all people, and we all have feelings, and we all have experiences. We all have these things that we go through, and we're just all trying to do our best. Most people are always trying to do their best, and we should be more accepting of that. No one's perfect. No one's going to do everything right every single time. But all you could do is encourage them and show them, the things that maybe how they could change things, but not in a way that, you stifle that person. You make that person like be afraid or scared. That's just my thing. Treat people how I would want to be treated. And that's just what I do every day. That's pretty much what I try to do. That's why I give you a lot of grace when you come over here telling me crazy stuff. And I be like, y'all young people. But that's the thing, because I realized I was that young person once too. And I went through the same things. So
it is a different feeling when somebody actually feels what you're saying versus, you being judged about what you're saying. So
that's a pain.
Yeah.
That's a pain.
And then, like, when that happens, it makes you not even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Which is why sometimes, when we do deal with certain things, it's certain people we don't tell, and it's certain people we do tell. So, yeah.
Oh, I get it.
So Ian, you've been going through anything?
I'm always going through stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to deal with it myself.
So what you been going through?
I don't know. Sometimes I just don't want to work anymore. I'm just like you. I'm serious, but I'm
tired.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I'm really tired. Well, I told this lady at my church, at my seminary, I went to class. I'm sitting there and the professor's talking, and he's talking. I'm looking at him, and I'm not even listening to what he's saying. I'm just, the first thought in my head is, how fast can I get out of this class? Like, seriously, like, I've been taking so many classes for so long. I'm so burnt out. What can I do to get the grade to get out of this class? I don't even care about GPA anymore. If I get a C in these classes, my last 3 classes, I'm graduating. Right. That's and I hate being that way, but I'm just so tired. I'm tired of everything. It's I think I'm just wore out now. I'm wore out of work. I've told
that's
you,
the thing, because
I've told you this, Natalie. We work, and then work expects so much more out of us, and there's no rest. There's no calm or low period.
None.
And every time you get a little low period, you're back to work again. You're like, and it's not that I hate my job.
You're the hamster in that wheel.
Yeah. I don't hate my job, but man, it's like you're especially in this country and society, you just got to keep going. And then we watch all this stuff on TV with house hunters and all these countries they go to, and you're like, man, I wonder what it's like to live.
Oh
there.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
You know what I mean? Because you look at
people keep moving. Everything that these people. I watch House Hunters International. Like, I watch that a lot. And the one thing a lot of people say when they are moving from America to some other country, we're here. We want to slow down.
Yes.
Our life in America is just like too much, and we need to slow down. That's what most of the people are saying. And it's like, why is it we can't slow down here? But it's just the way.
It's the greed.
Yes.
It's what this whole country's. One thing other countries talk about Americans is America is the hardest working country in the world.
We don't get no siestas.
Like,
in the middle of the day.
by far, other countries say yes, Americans are the hardest working people in the world, but we suffer.
Yeah. I read an article. It's about 2 women. Both of them had children, right? And I wish I could remember what country they were in. One was in a European country and one was in America. And and one of the ladies actually lived in America, and then she moved to the European country. But she was telling this lady their story, and essentially, in the other country, when the lady had her baby, she was looked upon as, oh, that's great news. It was celebrated. She got a year off.
A year
off of work. She still get a portion of her pay, and when she got back, she was able just to pick right up. Right here, the lady, when she didn't realize, she didn't plan on getting pregnant or something, but basically she didn't have her, you only get like the FMLA, right? So you're not guaranteed your job, you're guaranteed a job, right? And then they were going to take away, she was only going to get so many weeks of her pay, and then she was going to have to take most of it unpaid.
Yep.
I mean, it was a whole thing. And then she was like, you go back to work, and then you're afraid because people are like, oh, well, you're not pulling your weight because, you're a tired
just because you had a baby.
Right. But in the other country, you're celebrated.
Yep.
And you're looked at as, oh, that's a good thing. What can we do to help you?
Exactly.
And here it's like, oh God, well now, it's me.
Yeah.
Right. So everyone's looking at me. Now you're taking from me because you can't do XYZ because you had a baby.
I'm telling you.
And it's sad. And I was like, it's so tragic.
I don't see, the more I talk to you, Natalie, I really don't want to be here. No, I mean, I hate to say this.
I've been thinking of moving
in 10 years from now, if everything works out fine, I want to move, just totally move away and just live the rest of my life someplace where I'm just calm,
like a quiet,
just a quiet, calm, and only do, because even when you're retired here, you're still amongst, you can do things, but you got to get away from it. You got to go someplace else.
When you're retired here,
it's
different.
Are
kicked to the curb.
When you're retired, it is. When you're retired here, it's like, okay, find something to do. You're retired, and you have to find stuff.
Well, people volunteer.
You can find stuff to do here, but I mean,
some of them work part time.
You can help and volunteer. Help people do like stuff here. But I mean, I just need to get away. Maybe not forever, but maybe 10 years or something.
Yeah. I mean, in other places, other countries, you get a month easy for vacation. Here, I mean, you get barely 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Any job, Dekerria, have you heard this? Over in Europe, just a starting job at most companies, you're getting 30 days off vacation. 30 days.
Wow.
Minimum 30 days. You know how long it takes to accumulate 30 days here?
Years and years
5,
of work.
6 years of working to accumulate 30 days of vacation, which is crazy.
Right, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
But I think these are part of what adds to, there are so many people, how I was feeling the other day, there are so many people walking around feeling like that, like feeling like you're going to break at any minute, but you have to keep your ish together and you got to keep going because life don't stop. Right. And that's the sad part. And that's why so many people struggle with mental health. But, fortunately for me, I'm okay with getting help. I don't care. When I feel like I don't feel good, I'm going to go talk to somebody. But not everybody does that. Right. And a lot of people just suffer in silence. They suffer alone. I mean, I had a friend who went through depression. She would go to work every day. She was still doing everything that she did, but she was like you're almost like a walking zombie because she was like depressed, but functioning depressed.
I think that a lot of people are functioning depressed.
Right. And in the pandemic, what we're going on with right now, it doesn't make it any easier because even though we're in Florida, luckily for us in Florida, we get, everything's open like normal. Yeah. And a lot of other places, they're not open like normal.
California!
Or they're limited.
Crazy.
Or, things like that. And so how do people manage with that? Like, how do they,
I couldn't imagine.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I couldn't imagine. I might talk crap about our governor, but I couldn't imagine him just shutting it down. Nothing's open. Like, only grocery stores.
For weeks and weeks and months.
Can you imagine it just extending? And I think people would lose their minds. I mean,
they do because we live in Florida. We cray already in Florida. Right. Everything crazy. If people do something crazy, they're always in Florida almost every time when you hear about some crazy news story. So, but Ian, how are you coping with everything?
I started working out again. That was I didn't realize how much that was a big part of my life. I think I went through a terrible depression with my back surgery, and I didn't know how bad it was until I stopped working out. And it wasn't and I kept wanting to go back. Remember I tell you I kept wanting to go back, but I just didn't?
Yes.
But I think it was something the kid said to me in the car that kind of...
What did the kid say to you?
I think Samuel said, Daddy, you used to be big and now you're nothing. You're small. And he hurt me when he said that, but but you know what? He was right. I don't think he meant to say it to hurt me. I just think he just said it. He's like, you used to work out a lot, Daddy. And then Noah goes, yeah, I used to work out a lot. And I'm like, and then you said... the kids really looked up to you when you were working out all the time. And I'm like, oh, I never thought of that because I just did it up until I stopped. That was a normal part of me. I didn't think about the kids. looking up to me, and I just made a decision. I told Noah in the car, I'm like, between him and Sam, I told Noah, and I was like, Noah, you want to play your soccer? I'll make a deal with you. Every time you go to soccer practice, I said, I'll go to the gym. That way I'll have to go to the gym. So that's kind of, and I felt better since I started going back again. I felt better.
That's got you helping you.
Yeah. I felt, I can, every time I go now, I feel really good after I get it done. While I'm doing it, it sucks because I'm much weaker than I was a year ago, but it feels good to get some exercise back. It does. It makes me feel good. And if I can do it before work, I feel even better throughout the day at work.
Right.
If I can get up early in the morning, which is almost impossible, but if I can, then I do that and then go to work and I feel much better. So
that's good. That's good that you're able to even talk about that and how you feel. Because even we were talking about doing this show topic today, and I was like, I ain't talking about that. Yeah. people gonna look at me and think I'm weak, and if anyone I know happens to know me and listens to this show or whatever from work or something, I don't want nobody judging me for that.
No, I think more people than you know are going through stuff, but they just won't talk about it. Like you talking about it will help them. Dekerria talking about it help them, and even me talking about it and them listening to the podcast will really help them, because now they realize, oh man, Ian and Natalie going through this too, or whoever. A lot of people really feel really bad. I mean, they might not show it. I know, because I
don't think people can just look at me and know that I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with.
People always say, "Oh, Ian, you're always so happy." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Are you crazy?" I have to stop them right there. I'm like, "No. I'm not happy. I might look happy, but I'm not. I try to do the best I can." But
I feel like that's half the battle. Not looking like her situation.
Yeah,
half the battle.
I think the majority of people you meet aren't.
But why should we have to not look like our situation?
Like I said, I think society kind of labels you, like if you look a certain way.
That's what I'm saying,
right? The pressure that society puts on you to act a certain way. I guess.
I just feel like not looking like it helps, because I feel like you look like how you are, and then I don't know. It's always been in my mind to sometimes if you like not look like it, or like I don't know. If you not look like it, the problem won't be as bad as it is. So like,
that's an interesting perspective.
Because
right there.
It'll help you. Like, yeah, we already, if you're already in a bad state, not looking like it helps. So
it's like the fake it till you make it.
Just essentially,
I'm dying on the inside, but I'm looking happy as hell.
I know sometimes, especially when I was in college, when I was in college and I was like getting over a heartbreak or whatever.
Oh man, that must have been terrible.
If I was, in my feelings or something, or if I, the next day wasn't feeling it, I would put on makeup. I would, do my hair really nice that day, and then it helped the day. It helped me, get through,
like heal,
and it helped me feel better. And then in return, I probably met somebody else. So
okay, in love, that's definitely true. When you got heartbreak, you gotta, because I made the mistake of doing the opposite, and then the person thinks like they look down on you because you're sad that they broke up with you.
Really?
Yes.
Because you gave them the power.
Yes.
Oh wow!
I did that before. I made that mistake.
Oh, I was a bitch in college because I was always sad and crying.
My first time, my first heartbreak, I was like that. Like he came, he showed up at my apartment, and I was like, I had been just, sitting there by myself.
Dying.
Instead of like, if I had been up about doing my thing, looking good, it would have said more than him coming there and looking at me like, damn, I'm glad I broke up with her. She looking broke down. Like,
what the hell? You're weak as hell. What's wrong with you?
Exactly. So he came, I was like, I wasn't expecting him to show up, and I was just looking straight broke down.
That is
broke down.
I never thought about that.
In love, I definitely agree with that.
Wow, I never thought about that.
But the other side of life, I'm like, I'm a little, I guess I'm torn with that. Yeah. On the flip side.
I mean, because I do understand, like, why do I have to look like, such and such? I just know for me, sometimes it does help. It just depends on the person. Because for me, it helps. If I don't look as rough as I may feel, it'll help, me.
Yeah. But I think I think about it some more. I guess that is true. Because if you lift yourself up, it's like you make yourself sad or you make yourself happy, right? So if for Dekerria here, if for her to get dressed up and looking good, because she all about her stuff, her prim and proper, her face and all her hair, the whole 9 yards, her clothes, that's her normal thing. So for her to do that, that's what brings her joy, right?
Yeah.
And they say when you are down or when you're not feeling good, you got to find things that do bring you joy.
Whatever works for you.
Right, whatever works for you. So in your situation, what brings you joy is knowing that you looking good and people are going to be looking. That's what, brings you look at yourself and know you look good, and in turn, you look good to the outer world as well. Right. So that's what brings her joy. So by finding what that thing is, see, for you, Ian, your vanity brings you joy.
Yes, it does. A lot of joy.
Yes, his vanity. Yes. Yeah, his looking good. Him looking good brings him joy.
Hey, but Dekerria,
you just said your vanity looked at you.
I know.
But Dekerria, but the thing is, I've said this for years about the vanity thing. People laugh, but the reason I say that is because I've worked with so many people over all the years, and your body is an actual reflection. Not all the time, but the majority of the time,
vanity bringing me joy.
The majority of the time, your body's a reflection of what's happening on the inside. Yeah. The outside appearance is what's happening on the inside. So
yeah, that's what my sister. One day she I was going through a little rough patch, and she was like, one day she was like, "Sis, you've been looking rough." I'm like, well, dang,
damn,
I can't. I'm trying to get some.
That's how you know she loved you, because she was honest.
Hey, she's honest. She's honest. So damn.
And I was like, well, I've been going through. I'm trying to get some things together, and all this other stuff. She was like, well, yeah, you ain't gotta look like it.
Damn.
So then I was like, all right, let me just try to do something to my hair or something, and try to get myself together, because and so she said that because she knows I'm not the one that would normally
let yourself go like that.
Look,
Natalie,
I did look.
I'm telling you, Natalie, it's 100% true. When people, you see people, and you can tell people, this is not always the case 100% of the time, but I'm telling you, people's appearance will kind of let you know.
I'll be looking broke down, so then I'll be looking like...
And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about their clothes. I'm talking about their appearance, their body, how their body's shaped. Will let you know what's going on.
Well, my body's shaped like stress.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's stress. You have a stressed body.
Yes, I got a stressed gut.
Like I used to work with a lot of men. A lot of men have huge tummies. Huge tummies. Can't even see their penises. Huge tummies.
Damn, you got to put it like that.
I don't give a damn. Listen, all you men out there that can't see your penis, get that fixed. But what it is I'm serious. Listen,
they need to start exercising.
I'm serious, but it's because they have health problems and stress. It's a lot of stress in their stomachs, and they can't see it. That's a lot. I've worked with a lot of men that have that, and a lot of men will later on in life will complain about low testosterone and health problems because of stress in their jobs. And I'm like, you got to care about what you look like, because when you internalize stress, it turns into more stress and fat and all this stuff. Oh
God, I know that's
why I always tell people, I'm like, I was adamant about working out when I was at my last job. Adamant about it because the environment was so stressful that I had to go and work out all the time. But I mean,
I should have adopted that.
I know for me,
the last few years,
a good technique I used, especially when I was going through, I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff. I would get in the car, and so I know you said that you would feel the urge to cry, but you couldn't, or you would barely cry.
Did you scream?
No, I never would scream.
I've done that a few times.
I've done that.
I would get in the car, drive around, and just silence, and then I would just start talking to myself, but trying to find the base of the problem. So like if I was upset about something little that day, I just start with that. Okay, what happened today? Or what is the problem with me? What is wrong with me? And then from there, I would just talk it out. Nobody's in the car with me, just me. And then from there, you just start crying and start talking myself into letting myself talk into how I feel, versus trying to make my mind get over something or push something out to the side, and just talk to myself and just drive around. I don't know how long I would drive around, but
it don't matter.
Yeah, just drive around, have the conversation with myself, cry, laugh, and do all that other stuff. And then when I got back home, I felt a lot better.
Yeah, that's good.
You learn ways to cope.
But you released it though. You didn't hold it in. You found a way to get it out, which I've done that before driving. I've cried. Oh. I hate crying when I'm driving. I can't see.
That's how I release it though.
No, I'd be like, I wonder if anybody's seen me.
Oh,
I know I'd be judging something look at them boo-hoo. What are they crying about?
Oh, I've seen people crying too.
Remember the time we saw somebody crying? I was like, what they crying about? So then we started pretending.
Yeah.
Y'all are crazy.
I know we mean. That's what I'm like.
Man. What the hell you crying for? I lost a dog. What the hell you?
I stay crying in the car, and I don't have no tent on my car, so I know people be seeing.
Oh yeah, I can't cry without tent. When I'm in the Honda, I'll be crying, so nobody sees.
At first,
dark as hell.
At first when I did with this car, I was like, oh no, can't nobody see my emotions. But then after a while, I was like, you know what? They're gonna see me anyway, regardless. If they see me crying in public, I would, take my hair off, snatch my wigs off and everything in the car because
I'd like to see that.
I wasn't caring no more. I was like, I need to get these emotions out.
But that's good.
So,
yeah, that is. Good. That's the problem. Most of us holding all these things.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The fact that you're getting it out is a good thing because the more you keep it in, you go crazy,
and
man.
You don't care about what other people. That's the thing. That's the trick. So
not caring
you care about other people, what they always thinking.
Yeah.
And then you're not taking care of yourself, right? You worrying about them when they doing whatever they want to do.
And that was the biggest problem.
How do we get people to tell them to take care of themselves, though? I mean, it's so hard. I mean, what do you tell them? What can you tell them to look at getting those emotions out?
I feel like she said, think of a way that you can get, cope. Like your way was going to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. What brings you joy?
Find
things that make you have joy and try to think about more of the positive things, and then also the exercise to help, get those endorphins and the dopamine or whatever you need going.
And I was watching on, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a guide to meditation on Netflix. And
I started watching that.
Yeah.
I put it in my watch list, but I haven't watched it.
I started watching it. It's one episode where I think he was like how to deal with stress and anxiety, because I have to watch that another time. He said, because he went to the monastery when he, was trying to find his life's purpose and all of this other stuff. And so he did an exercise, one of the monks or somebody did an exercise, and he asked the guy he asked him, what do you appreciate? Like, what do you appreciate each day? What do you appreciate? And so, the guy was like, he has a wonderful wife, wonderful kids, nice job, he makes money, But he was like, the main thing he appreciates throughout the day is the cup of coffee that he has in the morning. And he was like, is this kind of weird that, I appreciate that? Because he was like, I appreciate it because it's the only time I have to myself throughout the day. I can unwind, I can think, I can, drink the coffee, feel it going down, and feel, the feeling that the coffee has. So he was like, it's just that one cup of coffee is what he appreciates throughout the whole entire day. Like,
Right, but that cup of coffee brings him joy.
It's more
than that thing that brings him joy.
It's more than the coffee. It's the time the coffee gives him that he really enjoys. Yeah. That's what it is. It's because he said it. It's the time alone. It's the only time of the day I have to unwind. See? It's
so people got to figure that out. I feel like the first thing you need to figure out what you do that brings you joy throughout the day.
There it is.
My therapist asked me that, and I was like, I don't know. I like to lay in my bed and do nothing.
But you know what?
I said I like to lay in my bed and do absolutely just lay there.
But you know what?
I ain't doing a darn thing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
That's what she said.
No. Seriously, think about it. If you can just sit there and enjoy yourself lying there, and I think
I'm just lazy.
It's not being. It's not being lazy. I'm telling you.
I think I'm lazy by nature.
No. I think once you've laid there and enjoyed your time, truly enjoyed the time laying there, it's not being lazy. You're just. You need, your mind needs a break.
My mind is always going
because even after going to Adrian, I've learned that our minds are muscles. Mm-hmm. So if you're getting too much stimulation, it needs a break. It needs a break, and you got to get a break, or else it gets tired.
And then he also, in the guide to meditation, he also mentioned to do this technique called note-taking.
Netflix, right?
Netflix, yeah.
Is it still on?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I have it put on my thing.
Note-taking. He said the mind's going to always keep going. Because I was like, dang, my mind goes all day long. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it gives me a headache sometimes, how much I think. And so he says, okay, well, it's going to do that. Let it do that. And then with each thought or each stressful thought or, anxiety, let it come to you. Think about like the base of the issue, make a note of it, and just let it go. So like if I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I need to pay a phone bill. If that phone bill comes into your mind, okay, I owe $130 on the phone bill. All right, let that come, and then just let it go, and then just go to whatever's next. It's like, don't ponder let your mind think. Take a note of it.
That's how you reduce the anxiety. Because I was having, that's what one of the things that I was going through was anxiety. Yeah. I've never had a lot of anxiety. And in the last few weeks, I've had like boatloads of anxiety.
Really?
It's horrible.
Why? Yes. Why do you think was causing it?
This is Captain Picard aboard the Starfleet vessel Enterprise.
I'm sorry.
Why did play though?
No. I was looking.
Well, it's Netflix, so it automatically plays the video.
No. I was looking for Dekerria's thing she's talking about.
I know, but Netflix automatically plays the video when you open the thing.
You got to edit that out.
I'm like, why are you opening Netflix?
I was looking for the damn. I should put pause on that stupid thing here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, can't you mute the computer?
Yeah, I should have muted the noise on the computer.
And you forgot to do your 20 seconds, didn't you?
Yeah, that's okay. I don't know.
We won't need one this week. All right, so I forgot what I was telling. The anxiety. Yeah. So
how did you get the anxiety? You think?
I don't know. I think ruminating in my mind, thinking too much. Like, and when you think, and then I don't put the thing away or write it down or do something with it, it all's in my brain.
Yeah.
And I was ruminating on everything, like all kind of thoughts about all different things. And it was causing me to have, like, that's why I wanted to cry all this. I felt like I wanted to cry because it was anxiety. I've never had a lot of anxiety and felt anxious until a few weeks ago. Yeah. And luckily it's subsided now, it's gone, but it was bad for like a few weeks. It was not for like 2 or 3 weeks.
He said, think about it. Let your mind think about it, acknowledge it, and let your mind let it go. Because, your mind does go from one thing to another.
Our minds are worst enemy.
So I started doing the journals.
I did the journal for a while just to dump everything out of my mind. I learned that from my seminary class. This instructor says he does it every single day. No matter what it is in your mind, no matter how worse or bad it is, you put it all on paper. On paper.
Yeah, I went and actually bought like a nice hard covered book, and I use that as my journal. And I write down like my topic for the day, and then I write.
I don't have topics. I just write down all the bad stuff in my head, and it's sometimes I'm embarrassed. It's really bad, and I'm like, why am I thinking about this? But
I need to do that.
I put it on paper because you gotta get it out. And then once you get it, you're like, okay, now it's empty, and then you can actually go back to work again.
I don't know. It was a crazy thing, and sometimes I be thinking some things. I'm like, oh, why did I think that?
But don't ever feel bad. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody thinks crazy stuff.
Dekerria, don't feel bad. Everybody thinks crazy. Why the hell? Why did that come in my mind?
Right.
And you're like, am I a bad person for thinking that? Oh my god! You're not by yourself.
What's his name? What's that like? Oh man,
rapper.
No, he's not a rapper. He would write like bad stories.
Stephen King?
No. He masterminded all of these crazy things back in the world.
Nostradamus?
It starts with the M.
M.
I have no idea.
M. Are you sure it starts with an M?
He was a really bad person. Miscavige?
Oh gosh.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't read.
I know who I'm talking about. I just can't think of his name. But anyway, I thought he was a very bad person. Let me see.
It's probably on the internet somewhere.
That's just people. We're people. We're human. We're sinners, and we're gonna think bad things. You just can't do what you think.
As long as you don't act on the things, I think that's what really comes down to.
Things are gonna come through your mind.
Yeah. I mean, because we're exposed to so much stuff, and we hear things and see things. So the thing is, people don't realize your brain records every single thing you see and hear.
Oh yeah.
And even though you might forget about it, it's somewhere stuck in the recesses.
Yeah.
Oh God, I feel bad for my brain because I've seen some. Oh gosh. But I mean, that's what that.
Oh, Machiavelli.
Oh, Machiavelli. Oh, okay. Tupac Machiavelli.
He's not the original Machiavelli.
I know. That was his album. Wow. I know. That was his album. Stop laughing. It's not that funny.
Ian.
From Biggie to Tupac.
I'm not going to sing none of his songs either. So
we're going to get wrapped up. So
yeah, we can get wrapped up. That was a good show.
Yeah. So pretty much, if you're out there and you're going through anxiety, feelings of depression, sadness, emptiness, loneliness, just know you're not alone out there. We're all in here. 3 different people, 3 different lives, and we're all going through some of the same pieces of the same thing. Just because life is hard. Life is very hard. So just learn, just take some of those resources as far as journaling, finding things that bring you joy to do, talking to friends,
getting
back
a lot
out there. Even if you got to Zoom with your friends, play Cards Against Humanity, online using Zoom, and you can do that. And also, to my therapist actually gave me a book recommendation of The Power of Intention by Dwayne Dyer. So I've been reading that. I just started that. But yeah, so there are things that you can do. Don't just live. If you're not feeling good, get out, ride a bike and take a walk or something to get you going. Swim in a pool if you can swim.
Go drive your car somewhere and just drive.
But that's not exercisey thing, though.
But it gets your mind away. If you drive, like Dekerria said, just in your car and you're just driving. And
okay, well, drive and get your cry on if you need
to.
Yeah,
get your cry on.
But just don't be lazy about it.
Yeah, don't just lay in bed all day and think about how bad life is.
Just make it work.
I think laying in bed and thinking about it.
You can give yourself a day of that, but after that, you got to get up.
Yeah, I agree. I think being at home and just being in the bed and if the curtains are dark.
Because I do that sometimes too. I just I haven't been able to get up.
Natalie's right though. When you're in a dark room, it makes you feel worse. When the light's in there, you're like, oh my gosh, it feels so much better when there's light coming in here. Mm-hmm. It does.
So yeah, so they'll definitely do some of those things out there to help you cope. And you can hit us up on our Facebook page if you have any questions or if you want to talk about how you're feeling. We're here. We're listening. You can message us. We're good.
Are we taking guests now, or is this because Dekerria is here?
We're just taking guests because Dekerria's family, so she comes in and out.
Yes, so. If you want to come on the show, just give us a call.
Most people don't want to. The people we have lined up who are coming later on, they rather be on the phone.
Oh yeah, we can.
One person I think may rather be in person because he wants to come to our house. I ain't naming no names, but he wants. Because I don't invite, because we always go to his house, and then we never invite him to our house.
I know who you're talking about. I'm not gonna say
so it. He want to come to our house to see our house, but I ain't got no one's coming to my house because I'm still redecorating.
Dekerria, our house looks fine. Okay, Natalie has this thing in her head where she wants the house to be grand scheme, finished, perfect. Listen,
grand scheme finished, but I just want it to look good. Right now, I walk in here and I'm like, oh,
but the house is fine. It's just not fine to you.
Exactly.
Oh God.
If it's not fine to me, then I don't want nobody else coming here looking at it till I get it to where I want it to be. Thank you. Yeah. You don't understand that as a man who's not into how things aesthetics and how things are put together.
Yeah.
So when my house is ready, which is it's getting there. I just ordered more windows. And what else did I buy? I bought some of the stuff. So it's getting
fans for the room.
Oh no, I just got the backsplash done in the kitchen.
Yes.
So I'm getting things done.
Shout out to Derek.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my brother.
Yeah.
He's fixed everything in our house. He saved me thousands of dollars. We are so off topic right now.
And the pipe in the front. Oh my God.
Yes, he saved us a lot of money in the last few weeks.
Thank you, Derek.
Yes, thanks, brother.
You're a good man.
All right. Let's wrap it up, Ian.
Well, join us if you want to listen to more of our podcast. Join us on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Castbox, and all the other streaming platforms out there. You can always also get us on the Family Mess on Facebook page.
Yes, the Family Mess Podcast.
And we have a Twitter, the Family Mess at the Family_Mess, and then Instagram is the Family Mess. So join us and like and subscribe. Oh. Did you hear what Apple's doing? You no longer can say subscribe in your podcast.
What do you say?
You didn't hear that?
No, I don't know about this stuff.
Oh yeah, I heard about this because Apple's saying when people hear to subscribe, they think dollars, but that's not the case. But everybody in the podcast community, when you say subscribe, it doesn't mean you're paying for it. It means just click on the button.
Right.
Subscribe.
So so you get the updates when there's a new episode.
Apple said they're no longer, if your podcast has the word subscribe, it's no longer being hosted. So you have to take it out.
Well, you better take it out.
Well, it means everybody that has a podcast in the world is going to take it out, and you no longer can say subscribe in your podcast anymore.
Oh, well,
so just listen to the podcast, I guess.
Find us.
Tune in.
Click the button.
Yeah.
Click the S button.
So join us, and we'll talk to you soon. This is the ending of season 2, by the way. So that's it.
Oh, season 2.
Yeah, season 2 is done. This is it for season 2. We're going to start season 3 probably the next podcast. So I don't know what you want to do.
Okay, all right. We can talk about that later, Ian.
Yeah, we can talk.
Close the show.
Well, you can be like crazy looking.
We can close the show.
All right, take care, everybody. God bless. Bye.
Oh.
Man, you can't. All right, man.
Did you hear that?
Mess, family mess.